Hello, hope you're having a great day. Now today I'm continuing on with what I mentioned in yesterday's video, where I'm really focusing on when and where my mind is trying to talk me out of doing things that I've agreed to myself that I'm going to do, or things that I know I need to do every day, like my morning routine and stuff. And also focusing on when and where I'm potentially almost getting distracted from what I'm doing, right? And it's funny, like in the past, I've tried to really focus on, being efficient with my morning routine, for instance, really try and focus on getting through my morning routine quickly without delaying between each stage of the morning routine. And, most of the time I just end up sort of subconsciously getting distracted, start scrolling on my phone or whatever, or I find myself trying to take ages to choose a meditation to listen to on YouTube, for instance, or I'll take ages to try and decide what exercises I'm going to do in my workout, for instance. So, when I focus on trying to get through morning routine efficiently without too much of a gap between each stage, that never works because, through the back door, my mind will distract me, or my mind will slow me down by, as I say, wondering what exercises to do, etc., etc. Whereas when I'm actually focusing on when and where my mind is trying to distract me, I don't need to really focus on what I'm doing in my morning routine. I know what I need to do, right? Yeah, if I'm focusing more on the concept, if you like, of my mind trying to distract me and just, acknowledging when that happens and then just bring myself back to whatever I do, then I'll naturally end up being more efficient. I'll naturally end up wasting less time, and I'll naturally end up getting distracted less, right? Because I'm literally focusing and acknowledging when my mind sort of nearly distracts me. It's kind of the same as what I've said before, about giving up drugs, right? For years and years and years, I made hundreds of attempts at staying clean, where my main focus was, don't take drugs, don't take drugs, don't take drugs. And then lo and behold, there'd always be an excuse, in the moment, or a reason that my mind would, give me to end up taking drugs, to end up relapsing. It'd only take that sort of split second decision that my mind makes, and I would be able to justify taking drugs, and then I take drugs, and then the cycle continues, end up regretting it, and then promise myself that I'm going to give up again, and then eventually fail. Whereas this time, during this very successful attempt at staying clean, I'm not even focusing on not taking drugs. I've just decided to focus on living the healthiest and cleanest life that I can, within reason, and turn myself into the strongest human being possible. So, a byproduct of that is that I don't take drugs. In the same way that a byproduct of me focusing on and acknowledging when my mind is talking me out of things that I've already decided I'm going to do, by distracting me, etc. A byproduct of that is that I end up getting through everything that I know I need to do a lot quicker, and I'm less prone to be distracted. I hope that makes sense. I hope I've explained what I mean properly, because it's just a sort of different way of looking at and thinking about what you're trying to do, to sort of get a different result. Essentially, I live a life where I acknowledge that my mind is working against me at times, and it will sort of, by habit, prevent me doing the things that I need to do, or by habit it will negatively affect my life, right? And by watching what my mind's doing and acknowledging the fact that it isn't always on my side, like really focusing on what my mind is doing to me, essentially means that it's unable to trip me up and hold me back as much. And then I'm able to sort of naturally focus on the things that I know I need to do without actually focusing on them more, if you know what I mean. It's very hard to explain some of this stuff, but it's just something I've really analysed, the last couple of days, and it's not something new. It's just something that I've sort of decided to remember to focus on, and it seems to be doing all right. Now this morning I did struggle, but I did go to bed really late last night because I ended up chipping away a load of editing, so it serves me right. But I really, really, really would like to sort of treat myself to an early night tonight, just to get myself a load of hours sleep. tonight. And I kind of used that idea of giving myself an early night later on as, you know, a way of keeping me up this morning, you know. But it did take me quite a while to get going. I didn't actually get out on my walk until about 8:10, but it is now only 9:15, just because I have been, as I say, just acknowledging every time that my mind tries to distract me from what I'm doing, or tries to make me focus on something that isn't what I know I need to be doing in that moment. So yeah, as usual, I'm turning on the camera after I've, you know, been for my walk, written in my journal, had a meditation, and yeah, it's time for me to crack on my workout. But, you know, it's only 9:15, so not too bad, really. I have got a busy day planned. I want to, you know, chip away as much as I can at finishing the next video on the other channel. That's going to involve me filming some bits in the garden with the parts I've got and whatnot, as well as then getting my head in my MacBook. We're probably going to be going to Kat's parents for dinner today, so, you know, everything I am going to be doing today I need to wrap up by a certain time. But yeah, looking forward to another busy Sunday. But before all that, I do need to dive into my workout. I was kind of distracted during my meditation at one point, just trying to think of what exercise I'm going to be doing on my workout. That happens quite a lot, and then I just have to remind myself, look, no, it's not time to decide that. Back to the meditation. But yeah, now I have decided that I'm going to bang out some shrugs, because I haven't done them all week, you know, with the bar. I'm going to do some more sit-ups, but with the bench on decline, holding a weight. And that's another thing that when I was thinking about that just before I turned the camera on, my mind's like, no, it'd be easier just to do normal sit-ups on the floor. But it's like, no, you know, that's my mind trying to talk me out of something that I've decided I want to do more of nowadays, which is the decline weighted sit-ups. So yeah, going to do them, and then I think I'll bang out a set of the hammer curls, which apparently works slightly different muscles in your biceps than the regular bicep curls, which I did as part of my arm and chest session yesterday evening. So I need to get cracking with my workout, and then, as usual, going to cause myself some healthy suffering by jumping in a cold shower, and then I can have my healthy breakfast. Alright, well, it has been a super busy Sunday. I've actually finished filming the video I'm working on at the moment on the other channel. It was quite obvious early on today that I wasn't going to be able to get it released today, because yeah, there was so much filming left to do, working on one of the parts that I've got here at home as part of that filming. So yeah, there was no way that it was going to get out today, even with the extra work that I did last night, you know, sitting up until, what was it, 2 a.m. or 1 a.m. Last night. But yeah, my conscience is clear. You know, I've been working hard at it today, and there's still actually quite a lot to do on it, but it will go out tomorrow evening. I actually had to stop working on that video at a certain time this afternoon so that I could edit yesterday's video on this channel to get that done, so that we could then go to Kat's parents for dinner. And as usual, when I'm sort of needing my MacBook to not let me down, it started letting me down. So we ended up getting to her parents a little bit late, nothing major, but yeah, it's always when I need it to sort of not let me down, it starts crashing and whatnot. And I did lose my rag with it earlier on, and I sort of said to Kat, you know what, I'm not coming to your parents. But you know, she calmly waited a little bit longer, and you know, it was only an extra 5-10 minutes or so. Just needed to crack on with editing that on track video. But yeah, it has been a busy Sunday. And then, as I say, we went to Kat's parents, and I got absolutely stuffed. Now, I really want to try and go to bed early tonight, just to get myself out of this pattern I've been in recently with, you know, my insomnia and stuff. I don't want that to be an ongoing thing. But one thing I do want to do before I sort of chill out and stop working is record some voiceovers that I still need to record for the video on the car channel. And yeah, that's going to give me a really decent head start in terms of, completing that video tomorrow morning. Not sure if I'm going to head over to my garage tomorrow or whether I'm just going to sit in and do that editing and chill out. Kat's decided to go sick from work, so I'll decide what I'm doing tomorrow. But as I say, right now, I'm going to go and crack on with this last bit of work that I've promised myself I'll do today, even though, my mind has been telling me I should put that off until tomorrow. One thing I did manage to just about do at Kat's parents is not go to sleep. I'm pretty sure I didn't nod off. I was almost falling asleep because, again, I didn't want to risk me, not being able to sleep later and getting, insomnia again. But yeah, going to crack on with this work, as I say, and then chill out for a bit. All right, well, I ended up doing a ton of editing on the video in the end, which has put me in a really good position to finish editing it in the morning tomorrow, without spending all day on it. Although every time I think I've only got a little bit left to edit on the video going into a new day, it always ends up needing more than I think. But yeah, I really have chipped away at it, which is good. And I haven't, sat up all night. It's now only 10:20. We've had our smoothie that we have every day, kiwi fruits, frozen blueberries, natural yogurt and pomegranate juice. And I've just had a shower. So, I'm going to wind down now and, I should be able to get in bed at 11 at the latest, which is good. So hopefully I'll get a decent night's sleep and then I'll be ready to start a new week tomorrow. I want to stay super busy. We'll have to see what the weather's saying and how I'm feeling to see if I'm actually going to go over to the other garage and spend a day, and how long the other video is going to take to edit, etc. But looking forward to getting back on track fully tomorrow. I want to go to the gym and do a leg session and stuff like that. But that's tomorrow. We'll deal with that then. So all I want to do now is I want to have loads and loads and loads of water. I always have a load of water before I go to bed. But I remember earlier when I was sort of having grief with my MacBook, trying to get the on-track video edited before we went to Kat's parents, I kind of decided I was going to have pints and pints and pints of water there because, I could feel that I hadn't had enough today. So yeah, I definitely want to do that before I go to bed. I'm also going to drop some vitamin C. Normally have 1,000 milligram capsule every morning. When we're ill, I like to have it in the morning and at night, and I think tonight I'm going to double up on it, to be honest. And I'll be having my GABA supplement as well, which is one that I have every night, which apparently can help with things like insomnia. It's certainly not a sleeping tablet, but yeah, apparently it's good for building muscle and stuff as well, because a lot of that happens when you're asleep. All the building of your body happens when you're asleep. Today's been a day where I'm really proud of how I've tackled the day, and that's the awesome thing about having these days where you're not allowing your mind to stop you doing things, where you are analysing when your mind's trying to stop you doing things, because your mind is very clever and it will stop you doing things without you noticing if you do decide to live your life basically unconscious, like most human beings, a non-player character, NPC, going through life, just getting drawn along by your mind and by the world around you, and just living in a trance essentially. So these days where I have been able to analyse my mind and naturally end up being the days where I'm not drawn along by my mind and I get more stuff done and I end the day more proud of myself, which is awesome. But yeah, that's it. I'm going to end this video here. Massive thanks to everyone who's tuned in. Hope it's been somewhat helpful or motivational. I'll be back for another video tomorrow for you guys that want to follow me on my day. Until then, as always, feel free to say hello in the comments or get in touch through Facebook and Instagram if you'd rather chat to me more privately. You can, of course, email me as well. All the links to everything is in the description as usual. But other than that, I'll chat to you tomorrow.